Ahoy and welcome to this pirate video. I'm going to be giving you a quick inside look at how I built the logo you can see in the back of our trade show booth. I started with a sheet of 1.5" insulation foam and then traced the logo onto that. Next, I started cutting out the foam to create the three-dimensional recessed look so that the actual logo would stand out. A couple tools that I use for this, just a regular handsaw for the straight lines. I took the blade out of a coping saw to use for the curves. And then I just have a utility knife and a putty knife to just sort of finish off any of the last details. Now, scraping things off with the putty knife tends to make a lot of mess. So you're definitely going to want to have a shop vac handy if you're doing any kind of work with this beadboard insulation foam. But with a little bit of work, you can get almost any shape you want carved into the foam. The next step is to seal off the foam to keep the beads from continuing to fleck off. And you could do this by just hitting it lightly with a heat gun, and that will sort of seal everything over. However, it does smell like you're burning plastic, so I would suggest you wear a mask. The next step is to coat the foam with some plaster. It's just an extra step to help move it from looking like foam to the hand-carved wood look that I'm going for. Once that's had time to dry, I'm covering it with a coat of gray primer. Next up is a coat of this creamy tan color, which is to represent the unfinished wood color. And this is actually in a satin finish, which is going to be important later on. Now we get to some of the fun detail work. I'm going to add some black dry brush technique to give the look of some deeper wood grain and knots. Once that's finished, we can cover it with this orange. Now I'm actually watering down this coat a little bit and intentionally leaving the brush strokes in. Now this is where that satin and a little bit of gloss in the coat beneath it actually helps, because it keeps the paint from drying as quickly and gives you a little bit more time to work in those brush strokes or scrape areas off to reveal the lighter color underneath. With our main wood color looking good, now we just have to add a little bit of extra black onto the logo itself to help it pop out a little bit more. Once again, I'm watering down the paint because I still want to pick up hints of the colors that are underneath. And there we have it. It's looking good and ready to set out on its maiden voyage. And thanks for watching, guys, and feel free to check out some of the other work that we've done at our website, pirateartdepartment.com.